Yesterday, I made a post about Dagbanli numbers, especially how we count from 1 to 10. Many people enjoyed it. Some Many people enjoyed it, but some learners noticed something interesting. They saw that the word for one in Dagbani does not always stay the same. The word for one does not stay the same in Dagbani. So today, let us go a little deeper and understand why Dagbani has different forms of the number one and when to use them. First, let us start with the one we use when we are just counting numbers in order. When you are reciting numbers, like when a child is learning how to count, you will say n-daam, yini, n-ta, n-nai, n-nu, n-yobo, n-point, n-ni, Ninvuy, pia. Here the word for one is n-daam. This form is used only for counting sequence. It is used when you are talking about real. It is not used when you are talking about real objects. We don't use it when you are talking about real object, describing an object. It is used only when you are counting in sequence. Let us move to the second situation. When you want to talk about an actual thing, like an actual material in Dagbani, it changes from n-daam to a different word. The language even separates that word into living things and non-living things. If the thing is not alive, we use yini. That if the thing is a non-living thing, we use yini for it. For example, Buku yini, one book. Here we use yini because a book is not alive, it's a non-living thing. Now let us look at living things. That is, for example, yino, that is one child. The yini changes to yino when you are talking about a human being. So yino, that is one child. Yino, that is one goat. Here we use yino because we are talking about people or an animal. So the simple rule is, if you are counting numbers, you say n-daam. If you are talking about things, you use yini or yino, depending on whether the thing is a living thing or a non-living thing. Now there's another interesting rule in Dagbani also. In English, someone can say, give me one. But in Dagbani, a number can never stand alone like that. It can never stand alone like that. The language normally requires a noun to support the number. So it always requires a noun to support the number. Because of this, Dagbani sometimes uses placeholder nouns when the real object is not mentioned. So if you are not mentioning the thing name, we are using a word to replace the object you don't want to mention. For example, we have yini, which means one item or one thing. Yini. So you can say umbora yini. That means I want one item or one thing. You don't want to mention the name of the thing, so you just say umbora yini. Or temaza yini. Give me one of the item. Give me one of the item. Another example is zangme za'ayin tema. Zangme za'ayin tema. Meaning, give me one of the item. Give me one of the item. Here, za'a acts as a general word for a thing, helping the number function properly in the sentence. Dagbani also has a special placeholder for human beings. So we don't use za'a yino, no, because of it. If it's a human being, we use Ninvuy yino. For example, Ninvuy yino nkanachi. Ninvuy yino nkanachi, meaning one person came here. One person came here. Another example is nyela Ninvuy yino. Nyela Ninvuy yino, meaning I saw one person. I saw one person. And you can also say Ninvuy yino mbedu. Ninvuy yino mbedu, meaning one person is in the room. One person is in the room. So what we learn from all this is that Dagbani is very precise and very expressive, and it's a very expressive language. Even the simple number one changes depending on how it is used in the sentences. Sometimes you are counting numbers, sometimes you are describing an object, sometimes you are talking about people, or sometimes you are talking about, and sometimes you are using placeholders when the object is not mentioned. Once you understand these small differences, learning Dagbani becomes much easier for you and very interesting. If you enjoyed this lesson, kindly like, leave a comment, and share for other people to enjoy it. You can visit our website www.dagbonkingdom.com to read more articles on our history, culture, and language lessons. And kindly go on YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Dagbon Kingdom TV on YouTube. Thank you for watching.